Lowe's knows to bring your vision to life, it's important to find the right color. That's why My Lowe's Rewards members get a free Valspar paint or exterior stain sample to test your look to confidently refresh your space. Offer valid in-store only 8/7 to 8/20. Limit 1 per customer while supplies last. Discount taken in time of purchase. See associate for details. Rewards program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Tired of spills and stains on your sofa? WashableSofas.com has your back. Featuring the Anabay collection, the only designer sofa that's machine washable inside and out, where designer quality meets budget-friendly prices. That's right, sofas start at just $699. Enjoy a no-risk experience with pet-friendly, stain-resistant, and changeable slip covers made with performance fabrics. Experience cloud-like comfort with high-resilience foam that's hypoallergenic and never needs fluffing. The sturdy steel frame ensures longevity, and the modular pieces can be rearranged anytime. Check out WashableSofas.com and get up to 60% off your Anabay sofa, backed by a 30-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not absolutely in love, send it back for a full refund. No return shipping or restocking fees. Every penny back. Upgrade now at WashableSofas.com. Offers are subject to change, and certain restrictions may apply.
Caloroga Shark Media.
Hey there, I'm Johnny Mac with 5 good news stories and good news for a 900-pound dolphin. You see, these guys in New Zealand, they're out there fishing, they're minding their own business, and suddenly a dolphin appears to fall out of the sky and landed in their small boat. An 11-foot bottlenose dolphin had jumped on top of the boat. The fishermen suddenly noticed a shadow and then heard a loud boom. One of them said, the dolphin decided to jump on board and say hello. 1 minute, everything's fine, and just like lightning striking, there's a big dolphin in our boat, trashing around and breaking everything. The dolphin snapped every single fishing rod we had in the boat. They, of course, wanted to help the dolphin. They said, we looked at the dolphin still alive and breathing. We thought, we got to start looking after him, figure out what to do, because he's stuck in the boat for now. Now, this dolphin is 900 pounds, so it's not like, hey, let's just lift up the dolphin. The fishermen alerted New Zealand's conservation agency. They were directed to a boat ramp an hour away. Workers were there to help the dolphin. The fishermen used a hose to keep the dolphin wet and protected him from the sun using a damp towel. And this was 5 good news stories, so I'm happy to tell you the dolphin got to swim away, and the fishermen have a story to tell. In Colorado, a woman donated a kidney to the man she went to the prom with 35 years earlier. Now, way back when, Sean was 16 years old. He was the president of the student council. He was voted most likely to succeed. He invited someone to the prom, and she said no. So he went to a backup. Elena, the backup, finds this all funny and said he needed a backup. Sean remembers her as smart, pretty, and a remarkably nice person. Elena said, I was happy to go to prom. What girl wouldn't go? 35 years later, their lives intertwined again. You see, her friend Julie is married to one of his friends. Word got around. Remember that guy you went with 35 years ago? He's on dialysis. He needs a new kidney. Even though they were a match on prom night, they weren't a match for organs. So they both started the paired exchange process where her kidney would go to someone in need, and he would receive another kidney from somebody who was compatible. Smart process there. And again, this is 5 good news stories. Everything turned out okay. Eagle watchers were excited. There was a bird cam. Everybody was watching the bird cam, and 2 new eagles were born at the Big Bear Lake Forest in California. The nest is atop a 145-foot tree. That's a big tree. 2 bald eagles, known as Jackie and Shadow, had 2 eaglets. Friends of the Big Bear Lake Forest say more than 70,000 people were watching when the second hatchling arrived. Scientists are getting it done. A group of doctors just became the first in the world to cure blindness in 4 children with a rare genetic condition. Doctors in London injected healthy copies of the impacted gene into the eyes of 4 children between the ages of 1 and 2 during a 1-hour surgery. Those children can now see shapes, find toys, and recognize their parents' faces, and even read and write. That is amazing.
You're great at protecting your own personal information. You probably even use things like 2-factor authentication, strong passwords, and a VPN. But as much as you try to be in control of how your information is protected, there are lots of places that also have it, and they might not be as careful as you are. That's why LifeLock monitors millions of data points every second for identity threats. If your identity is stolen, A LifeLock U.S.-based restoration specialist will help solve identity theft issues on your behalf, guaranteed or your money back. Plus, all LifeLock plans are backed by the $1 Million Protection Package, meaning LifeLock will reimburse you up to the limits of your plan if you lose money due to identity theft. You might not be able to control how others handle your personal information, but you can help protect it with LifeLock. Save up to 40% your first year. Call 1-800-LifeLock and use promo code iHeart or go to lifelock.com/iHeart for 40% off. Terms apply.
Let's be real. Life happens. Kids spill. Pets shed. And accidents are inevitable. Find a sofa that can keep up at washablesofas.com. Starting at just $699, our sofas are fully machine washable inside and out, so you can say goodbye to stains and hello to worry-free living. Made with liquid and stain-resistant fabrics, they're kid-proof, pet-friendly, and built for everyday life. Plus, changeable fabric covers let you refresh your sofa whenever you want. Need flexibility? Our modular design lets you rearrange your sofa anytime to fit your space, whether it's a growing family room or a cozy apartment. Plus, they're earth-friendly and trusted by over 200,000 happy customers. It's time to upgrade to a stress-free, mess-proof sofa. Visit washablesofas.com today and save. That's washablesofas.com. Offers are subject to change and certain restrictions may apply.
I've got Dan Morgan here on the pod. Say hi, Dan.
Hey, how's it going today?
It's going good, man. Tell us who you are and what you do.
I'm Dan Morgan. I'm an attorney and a managing partner at Morgan & Morgan, which is America's largest injury law firm.
That's pretty awesome. I think I saw a billboard of yours recently that said 20 billion won. 20 billion is an insane number.
Yeah, 20 billion recovered. It's actually, I think, somewhere north, probably closer to 22, 23 after this year. And each year we get bigger and badder and our army grows. So the number will hopefully keep getting bigger and bigger as time goes on.
Awesome. So how does someone get in contact with Morgan & Morgan? What would I do if I got into an accident?
Probably the easiest way is dialing pound law. That's pound 529 from your cell phone. We are always open. Our call center is always waiting to take your call. 24/7, 365.
Wow. Dan Morgan from Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Thanks for coming by the show.
Thanks for having me.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
And one more science story. Scientists also say they saw a mouse moving an unconscious mouse's tongue, kind of like CPR. Li Zhang is at the University of Southern California and introduced caged mice to a fellow mouse who was under anesthesia and watched as the mouse spent nearly 6-7 minutes trying to help the sedated mouse. All right, so then they tried it again. They inserted non-toxic plastic balls into sedated mice, and then in 80% of the encounters, another mouse would remove the ball. Apparently, mice are pretty cool. And those are your 5 good news stories for today. You have a good one.
Welcome to Alligator Alcatraz, a new podcast from Caloroga Shark Media. They built a detention center in the Florida Everglades to separate families and break spirits. Surrounded it with alligators, figured that'd be the end of it. What they didn't count on was Tommy Esperanza, a quiet maintenance worker who turned their bureaucratic nightmare into something extraordinary. While corrupt politicians profited from human suffering and incompetent officials created disasters with PowerPoint presentations, Tommy built an underground network that reunited families, exposed massive fraud, and brought down a congressman. Where the gators were smarter than the guards, families fought back against systematic cruelty, and one man proved that wisdom beats authority every single time. Alligator Alcatraz, available wherever you get your podcasts.
From Caloroga Shark Media comes Celebrity Trials, the explosive new podcast that exposes the truth behind America's most captivating cases. I'm Reed Carter, and I'll take you inside real live daily trials and classic celebrity cases where fame, power, and justice collide. From Jeffrey Epstein's billion-dollar sex trafficking empire to the prep school killer who walked free, from family annihilators to celebrity plea deals. Discover the shocking verdicts, twisted evidence, and cultural forces that shape American justice. These aren't just crimes. They're cultural moments that reveal who we really are. Justice isn't always swift, but it's absolutely riveting. Celebrity Trials, available wherever you get your podcasts.